Hey, what's up YouTube? Yugioh God 1000 here, bringing you a 2014 January format Dragonsworn profile, also known as Chaos Dragons slash Lightsworns. It's a new variant that I've been using over the past few months, and I've found that it works really well. So without further ado, let's get into the updated deck list. First up, got your 3 light pulsar dragons. Basically in there to provide light targets, also with its 2500 attack. It's a good beater, and it's got really good synergy with Red Eye's Darkness Metal, being able to loop him back onto the field, and also setting up really good synchro on XYZ plays, because level 6 is always a good number. And banishing 1 light and 1 dark, it's really easy to bring out. Also running 3 of the dark version, Dark Flare Dragon. Again, easy to bring out, 1 light, 1 dark, all you have to banish. 2400 attack beater. Level 5, so he's not quite as good as Light Pulsar, and he's got 2400, so not quite as big either. But being a dark dragon, his effect is you can send a dragon from your hand and 1 from your deck to banish 1 card of the field. So it's a cost, so if they negate his effect, you can still activate that. So it's a quicker way to get your Eclipse Wyvern into the grave, and then being able to banish a problematic card from your opponent's graveyard. Double Eclipse Wyvern in there to get to the JDs, Red Eyes, and the Dark Arm Dragon a lot faster, being able to banish him from the deck and then add it to your hand when Eclipse Wyvern is banished from the graveyard. Next, onto the 1-offs, we have 1 Red Eye's Darkness Metal, 1 Dark Arm because we play a lot of dark and it's easy to bring him out, 1 Divine Dragon of Prokoloff. This is to discard 1 card and then add back a dragon from our graveyard. So you can add back the JD or the Red Eyes or the Dark Armed or the Light Pulsar, basically whichever one you need or want at that time, and it just sets up plays the late in the game you have been. And if you hold on to this from the start and you mill a JD by accident, then you can always add it back, and that's why I play double JD, because 3 would clog too much, and again you can get the JD to your hand via Eclipse Wyvern or Divine Dragon, so that's why 2 is the perfect amount. Onto the Lightsworn engine, got double Lila, blowing up spells and traps, and also milling 3 during the end phase. Double Raikou, blowing up spells or traps or monsters, so Raikou's really good, and also milling 3. Next, obviously, double Lumina, just summon AL Lightsworns and get mills off even faster, and it's just a really good card to get your beaters on board via Wolf. Next to the 1-off, 1 Aaron for milling 3 and occasionally bouncing back defense position monsters. 1 Jane that can go up to 2100 attack and mills 2 during the end phase. The Wolf, when I get its effect off, is amazing, and also discard fodder for Solar Recharge and Lumina. And also Celestia, if I manage to tribute summon her, then getting its effect off is absolutely amazing. Milling 4 is a cost, so basically you're guaranteed to send 4 cards from the deck to the grave, and to blow up 2, which is insane, and adds a really good speed to the deck. Next, onto the Tour Guide engine. As you can see, triple Tour Guide and 1 Night Assailant. This is basically in there so you can get to your rank 3s a lot faster, being there's 3 Tour Guides now, and obviously you have to have that 1 Night Assailant just in case you mill off some Tour Guides. And it's also dark targets, which is really good. Next you got double Plague Spreader, which opens up amazing synchro plays in the deck, and also how Beazle, King of Dark Dragons, is coming out, and I can't wait to get my hands on that, because Plague Spreader and Light Pulsar makes that easy as. Double Chaos Sorcerer, Beat Stick, but mainly used for its effect to banish, so it's one of those boss monsters that can get over problematic cards, and it puts pressure on your opponent if you drop 1 or 2 of these. And obviously the BLS, probably the best, apart from JD, probably the best monster in the deck. Being able to top deck this for game is pretty scummy, but it's out, it's not banned, so why wouldn't I use it? And it's a light target, and its effect is just all around really good. Next to the hand traps, 1 Trag, 1 Gauze, just to stop the OTKs. Trag can get up pretty high attack, and Gauze obviously getting a token on the board with him as well, putting up like a wall if you want. Dragody is good level manipulation for XYZ and Synchro plays, but I bumped it down from 2 because I have double Chaos Sorcerer now. And obviously the 1 Honest, because it's a Chaos deck, so you'd be silly not to run it. That's it for the monsters. There's 35 monsters, and they're all either light or dark, so it makes the meals really consistent. And the 5 spells I run are for pure speed, and they are 3 solar recharge. As you can see, it's basically speed through your deck 4 cards, and it's really good. Next, the Charge of Light Brigade, either meals through your deck 6 or 7 if you have the solar recharge as well, that you can discard the one you add. And also the one allure, just to add extreme speed to the deck, and that's basically how this deck works, is you speed through your deck and mill as many as you can, and then just basically drop your hand and drop massive boss monsters on your opponent and OTK them mid to late game. And it's really good at holding on, so you can also put a lot of pressure on them this way. That's it for the main deck. There's 40 cards and it's just the perfect amount. Onto the rank 3 XYZs. We've got a Zen Mains, Levier and Leviathan. Basically, Zen Mains for your wall, Leviathan is just for a beat stick, and it's also a dragon, so you can bring out red eyes via it. And Levier is really good to bring back an Honest or an Eclipse Wyvern that you've banished for a Light Pulsar or a Chaos Sorcerer or something like that, and then you can just abuse the effect, having Honest, either bouncing it back to your hand, or if it's an Eclipse Wyvern, banishing it for a red eyes, and just opening up extreme OTK plays. Next, onto the rank 4s, we just got a Utopia, Maystroke and Constella Omega. The Utopia and the Maystroke are pretty self-explanatory, but the Omega's in there just for protection, and if I have 2 Lilas or 2 Eclipse Wyvern or so on, I can just protect myself from Dark Hole or Trench or any of that, and it's got decent amount of attack at 24, so it's pretty good, and it's also a light target. Next, got the one Volcasaurus for the Dark Flares that I can go into if I want, and it's just really good at setting up OTK plays because it deals massive amounts of damage depending on how big the opponent's monster is, and then you can just overlay Gaia Dragon and swing directly, which is broken, so that's why I love Volcasaurus in there. Next, for the rank 6s, you've got a Photon Strike Bouncer and an Exabeetle. Again, Exabeetle's there to get over your problematic monsters or face up spells or traps, and Photon Strike Bouncer just slows down your opponent a lot, being as though you've got 2 effect value that also burns, so it's really handy. And also they're light and darks as well for more targets. And obviously the one Gaia Dragon to round that up, because I do run rank 5s and 6s. Next, onto the Synchros, we've got the HCC Psymoth. This is to basically set up a wall, and if your opponent wants to attack over it, then it's going to be banished along with it. And also I can use it to get over problematic monsters. So really this deck has no trouble getting over hard monsters to ironically get over, as you would say. One Black Rose just for the Plague Spreader and the Dark Armed, sorry, not Dark Armed, Dark Flare, making 7 and just nuking the field, and then proceeding to go off and try an OTK is always handy. Plus I have the JDs to do that anyway, so my opponent's field usually isn't that much in this deck. Next, onto the rank 8s, so level 8s, because I can make them the easiest, is the Scrap Dragon, the Crimson Blader just for shutting down your opponent, and to round it up, the Stardust Dragon. Now what's really good in the deck, that Stardust and Scrap are both dragons obviously, so I can bring them out late game with Red Eyes Darkness Metal, which is always good to put pressure on your opponent, and they don't expect it when you go Red Eye effect, target Stardust, bring it back. Yeah, it's just a really awesome play. And obviously the Crimson Blader's in there to shut down your opponent if they special summon monsters higher than level 5. That's basically it for the deck. I hope you liked it. It's really consistent. It's probably my favourite deck so far. As you know, I like using the Chaos Dragon style thing, and just the lights ones make it that more powerful. So please thumbs up the video. I appreciate my viewers and my subscribers, and I might not say it, but I really enjoy your comments and the things you say. So please let me know what you think in the comments of this deck. But apart from that, Yugioh God 1000, signing off.